guys. So just landed here in Tampa, and I'm trying to figure out where to go right now. Actually, gonna go find LS Postal and get on our way to Fasterproms and get this tune going. Oh, looks like I found one. That wasn't too hard.
If your party is not ready for immediate loading, please use the cell phone line.
Not too often you see a postal truck on a flatbed. Alrighty, so we just got the Fasterproms, getting her unloaded. Jeremy just got here and gonna get her loaded up on a dyno, I guess, and start getting it tuned up. Go ahead and fire it up. You just can't go anywhere in a Crown Vic without doing a burnout. Mail truck over there. Woo. Nasty. Jeremy's got a bass tune in the mail truck over there. Getting ready to pull in here on the dyno and get started on getting it ironed out. Got her idling a little bit better. Oh, it sounds a lot better there. Can you see him? Need this upgrade.
I want this for my rep.
Yeah, that's what happens when you put it up against the dipstick tube.
Yep.
Kind of melts it a little bit.
So on that first pull, the graph was super wavy, as you can see. So yeah, Jeremy said go ahead and check on the plugs. And this one right here was up against the or sandwiched between the primary and the dipstick tube. So she got a little toasty.
We bent the dipstick tube back and
yeah,
put the new wire in.
Yeah, had some spares.
And this is what happens when you pull a dipstick tube out, or pull a wire out, and
Yeah.
it comes out with it.
Yeah, like I said, MSDs like to do that, I noticed.
Well, MSD up, it's a new one.
Yeah, so we got some stock truck boys in there.
So what we got, that was a, I first tried a third gear pull, and then I wanted to do a fourth gear pull and see what it did. I got into it in fourth and it was unlocked, and then it locked up, so it seemed like it shifted.
Yeah.
It could be, that could have been a shift. I actually don't have my trans set up at the moment, but I believe it was an unlock and then a lock, because that's what it felt like. And I only pulled it like 5,700 there, but not bad. We're gonna just creep into this. This is weird. We got our boost is about 11 pounds.
11?
So I need to check the bypass valve, which I did not do yet. I want to check that and make sure that that's all set. Air fuel looks plenty.
Pretty good. I saw 11, so.
Yeah, we got plenty of room there, and I think we can go up in spark advance without any problem. But we're off to a good start, so let's go from there. All right, so this right here is basically like the wastegate of the blower. And as soon as we go into it, we want it to be completely 100% shut and funneling all of that airflow into the engine. So right now, it's just a loosen. You don't want it to, we basically want it to be able to hold water effectively. If it will do that, then we're gonna keep all the boost. So I just took the tension off of where it would be opening.
What you need?
So what are you thinking? It wasn't closed all the way?
I'm just trying to make sure. It's like we might pick up a 1/4 pound of boost, we might pick up nothing. Who knows?
Okay.
It's possible. I mean, I've done it a couple times and picked up like 3 or 4 pounds of boost. It's just, I don't see that happening on this given the pulley. But we get a little bit more, that's great, you know, so. But there's room either which way, so we can take 10% fuel out, probably 7 to 10% fuel out, and then we can probably throw another couple degrees at it. But you gotta be able to crawl before we can walk, and walk before you can run. So
Right.
hit that guy 3 times there, and then we're making a little adjustment again here.
All right.
Spark at it at 1.5 degrees of timing. Still working with the upshift, downshift stuff, so it's a little bit weird. That first pull right there, downshifted. It seemed like it was grabbing the downshift or whatever, but that was a 4th gear pull. So that looks really good though. I mean, that was a legit 584 horsepower, 600 wheel pound-feet of torque. Still a smidge rich on the top, and I can definitely still throw some more timing at it, so we're getting somewhere. Part of the gains are from spark, part of the gains are from cooling down, part of the gains were from just correcting the fuel. So I didn't mean to have it cool down that long, but we had a couple of distractions. So I want to keep it as real as possible. We're going to put some ice in it in a little bit, try and see what it does, you know, cool it down. But I want to try and torture it a little bit, make sure it's going to be good and solid. And we're getting there. That I locked the converter and it stayed in that mile an hour longer. So realistically, we only need the converter for first gear, second gear, whatever, and then we'll lock it up as soon as it hits third, and it needs to stay locked and solid. And that'll
Stay locked through every gear.
Mile an hour faster.
You would lock it up in every gear after that then?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know.
Ideally, locking it up in second gear would be perfect, but there's some differences between. You said it was a 13 Silverado processor is what we got for the
09 Silverado processor.
for the trans.
Yes, 13 is
Okay. And then I have a 12 CTSV, so I'm kind of trying to marry the two and keep it locked up, but the converter also wants certain things too, so I have to like super apply a lot of trans pressure to it to make sure it doesn't slip within there.
Right.
And I need to check on the downshift, so it's like each time I'm inching towards
Getting it ironed out.
CTSV strategy,
Yeah.
basically. So but yeah, we're getting somewhere. Looking good.
Yeah.
Alright, so we ran that 2 times, and the way that it's going, that was actually third gear. I thought that was going to be fourth gear.
Yeah, because run number 6
Actually,
is a
wait.
lot higher than yes.
Run number 6 is the shift.
Oh, okay.
Where it shifts, it shows a
Oh,
really
the
high
spike-
number,
the
so that's
spike.
not legit.
Right.
But I did run it. Let's see here. So it is making good solid power. It made a legit 600 wheel, and it did it back to back.
Yeah, so
that's looking good.
Good
It's 20
sign,
degrees
yeah.
of timing right now.
how much?
20
20?
20 degrees of timing, and it's making about 10.5 pounds of boost. So I think we can easily throw a lot more spark in this thing. 10 pounds of boost on this low compression is like, dude, we could probably run 22, 23 degrees of timing. So,
Wow.
so let's try and start to push it a little bit, and I think it's gonna rock. But like I said, hey, you heard it here first. You need more boost and better cooling, and I think that
Yes.
if you could port this blower, I mean, you know, a normal combination of when we do a head and cam package, 700 wheel is the low end. So the gears that you have in there do eat up some power, but you know, this is going to be a rocket either which way.
You definitely need more cooling when you start upping the boost, for sure. Or else you don't get.
As
You're
you
not.
continue to build on this, it'll get better and better.
Yeah.
So heat extraction and then heat isolation. So if we did the thermal plates, that would be all good. And then, you know, a 2-3-1 pulley would probably pick up another solid 2 pounds of boost,
Okay.
which would be a really nice, you know, upgrade. And then we can retune from there at some point. So
Make sure to
Backing it up with 600 and 548. Oh, sorry. 561 on the backup run.
all right, so I think we've kind of arrived at where we need to be here. I threw another 1.5 degrees at it. That was 21.5 degrees. Now it did not, okay? And really the best way we can kind of see that is to see if it's like puffing any black smoke out the back on top of being able to listen for it. Your exhaust has a certain kind of cackle, so it's kind of hard to hear. But I mean, having earplugs sometimes helps kind of filter something out. But dude, looks really good. Air fuel is solid. We're plenty safe. I'm pretty much ready to throw the E in it right now here. So I'll take the timing back out of it, and then hopefully we'll get lots of extra cooling Plus, I mean, the big thing about E85 is that it's like 30% oxygen. So that's a very large portion of why you get so much more power. So,
Right.
so yeah, gonna take
So
care of
yeah,
that.
go back out with the timing because basically it's diminishing
It didn't really
gains
help,
at this
yeah,
point, right?
exactly.
So you've already reached your limit.
Now, I mean, on the flip side, that was the shortest duration time between pulls. So you also have to factor that. Okay, so it's like there may have been some gains how we had more cooling, but again,
Right.
I'm not trying to play games. I'm trying to get it like, if it's not a big
Consistent,
appreciable
yeah.
gain, then let's not do it. You know,
Yeah.
let's make sure it's plenty safe. But the fact that we went 1.5 degrees, it didn't knock. That's good.
Right.
Need a
All
solid motor, right?
Feels good right now.
She's healthy, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Sounds good from back there.
Yes.
Starting to trickle in some ethanol. Gonna do a couple of pulls on the E and see what kind of power it picks up now. Made 600 and 600 to the tire with I think 560 torque. Pouring her in, let it mix up. First pull on some E.
Yeah, right on what I was hoping it was going to do. Not bad. 638, 562.
So I picked up almost 40 right there, right?
Yeah, yeah. And if we give it a little cool down, like that was the longest time.
Yeah, that was a real long idle.
Totally legit. 25 degrees of timing. I didn't take away the timing.
Yeah, I forgot
But I
about
will.
that.
But I will. Yeah, we got sidetracked a little bit there, but yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, dude. That worked. Good work.
So first pull with the ethanol in there, we got 638, 562. Picked up 38 wheel horsepower, 25 degrees of timing. About 60% ethanol content right now. So gonna make a couple adjustments, he said, and then go from there and see what she does on the next pull. Gonna let it cool down a little bit more this time, because last time it was idling for a little while we were letting the ethanol content come up as we dumped the fuel in, so it got a little bit heat soaked more than likely. So either we'll back the number up or make a little bit more probably. All right, made a couple adjustments. Gonna make a second pull on ethanol. Looks like the 633, 582 picked up a little bit more torque, lost a couple of horsepower.
Usually you have to have it stop before you put it in gear. Whoops. All right, not looking bad. I think.
It looked like, lost a couple horsepower but gained a bunch more torque.
Yeah, it's kind of just where I got into it, but I might try and throw a little bit of timing back in it, just to see. It's just the fact on E is like 107 octane, so I don't know. I might just leave it where it is, honestly.
Yeah.
I think that's probably what I might do.
What was IATs, Jeremy? Like 90?
They're not that bad. The IATs aren't that bad. Hold on. Yeah, the IATs on that one pull are 93, and it ends at 111.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's a short little pull.
Yeah. Yeah, they are pretty quick.
But yeah, no. No.
She sounds rowdy.
Sketchy ride, I tell you. I think you let up on it.
Yeah, he didn't roll all the way into it.
On a prep track, that's gonna be awesome.
That it is. Buggy's pretty good, yeah.
It's definitely a ripper. It's fun. It's got the right amount of sketch for sure. It really does remind me of the smart car, man. It's bad though. Like you could, it's I think it's definitely more stable in some ways than the smart car, but it's so very different still.
It's got the top heaviness.
Yeah, it's
so you understand when I say at 110 miles an hour you feel okay, but anything faster you're like on the sketch.
It's yeah. I mean, it's
you
definitely
can see it
like,
moving around a little.
Yeah,
you hit that bump, I can tell you let off on it because it scared you a little bit.
Well, it's just like it hits hard and like the suspension is very
loose.
Yeah, it's just it moves a bit. So
it's only got the original probably shocks on the front from 1991.
Oh man.
It's got no spark knock. I mean, the shifts are good and stuff. I mean, it's awesome, man. It feels pretty good.
That sounds rowdy.
It moves. Yeah, it sounds awesome.
Really good.
It sounds freaking awesome.
So you're the only person who's ever driven beside me.
It's cool, man.
What's your opinion?
No, it's a hell of a sensation for sure. It's awesome. It's really awesome.
It's hard to explain. For me, it's hard to explain to people what it does.
Yeah, I mean, it's a powerful package and a much lighter than a CTSV, setup.
Yeah.
So, and I mean
and there's no insulation. You got like you're like there.
You hit any bump and it is loud. It's like everything just rattled like crazy, dude.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, it's pretty awesome. It's definitely a cool sensation, man. I was pedaling it just trying to see how it felt, and it was like hazing, and then I pedaled it I think halfway through third or something like that. But yeah, whatever it was. Yeah, it was halfway through third.
So on a prep track, you think it will?
Oh, I think you can pull the wheels for sure. Yeah, I mean, it's got instant torque, and I wanted to just see how it would haze the tires here. I wasn't just trying to do a burnout. I just wanted to see what it would do.
It doesn't do it that bad. I mean, it doesn't. It doesn't. I mean, it tries to, but it goes.
Runs through the gears pretty quick. It seems like.
Yeah, it does. It's geared aggressively. That's the other thing too. Whereas the CTSV has so much more mile an hour per gear. But yeah, it's pretty sick, man. Okay, so one thing is it doesn't shed the heat as fast once it has heat in the intercooler system. It doesn't shed it as fast, but me driving this short amount of distance is not going to shed the heat. So definitely got a little bit of work to do there. But I mean, dude, it's awesome. You step the loud pedal, and I mean it's
interchiller.
You could, if you're going to do street driving stuff with this, you could for sure.
And those are like a couple $1,000.
Yeah. All right, well let's head on back.